Yo, what's up, guys? In this video of the Eating Dubs Fantasy Sports, I'm going to be telling you guys what tight ends I really like this week. So it's currently Sunday evening for me, morning for most other people. So we got some news that I think is a little relevant. First of which is Kyle Rudolph is actually going to be out. And Kyle Rudolph really hasn't been that involved to begin with, but I think this puts Evan Ingram in an even better situation. So Evan Ingram is a pretty solid start. Now, what I have up here is the PFF tight end matchup chart. So it kind of tells you the defensive grade on the expected linebacker coverage on that specified player. And then you can sort by advantage and the defensive grade of that player. So what I like to do is I go to defensive grade. Cole Kmet, I loved him this week. He already played. I think he went like 8 for 80 or something like that. Great game. And, that was to be expected because Alex Anzalone has one of the worst defensive grades. Obviously, in fantasy, none of this stuff is an exact science. Like, any given NFL player can have a great week and a great game. So this is just simply like to guide you to see where you can potentially find some like positive matchups. The one that sticks out to me is Dallas Goedert. I think Dallas Goedert is going to absolutely smash this week. Hopefully he can get in the end zone. He had a touchdown called back last week, which was pretty unfortunate as a Dallas Goedert owner. But McKinney has a 36 grade and Dallas Goedert has an 86 offensive grade. That's what you like to see with a 35% advantage going Dallas Goedert's way. Another player that sticks out to me is Gerald Everett. Now, Gerald Everett is not that involved on the Seahawks offense. Russ tends to move the ball around and distribute it among his wide receivers. Running backs usually get a lot of work. And Gerald Everett is, in my opinion, a pretty decent red zone threat. So I think Gerald Everett, because he has a positive matchup, I think the Seahawks coaching staff and Russ are smart enough to see that. And I think Gerald Everett could get into the end zone this week. So start Gerald Everett. I know he's available on most waiver wires, so I would pick him up and start him. Other players with pretty positive matchups, Dan Arnold. Dan Arnold was pretty solid for a couple weeks in a row upon getting traded to the Jags. And he's kind of tempered off a little bit, I think, the last 2 weeks. And because he has a positive matchup this week and the matchup is pretty great, I think Jacksonville versus Atlanta could end up being a pretty high-scoring game. Weirdly enough, Jacksonville's defense is pretty solid. The Atlanta offense is decrepit and slow and old, but I think the Atlanta offense is capable, and Matt Ryan has kind of shown us that he's kind of capable. So I think the game remains close. I think it's high scoring. I can actually go on over real quick and just look at the over-under. It's a 46-point over-under, which is actually one of the higher ones on the week. Actually, it's pretty middle of the pack. About, I see 47, 47, 49. Yeah, so it's maybe in the lower third, but I think it ends up being a shootout. It's just my expectation. So go with it if you choose. And then kind of switching the filter over to advantage, because I think advantage is the best way to just see, because you don't just want a bad defender. You also obviously want a good tight end. You want the tight end to be skilled, obviously, and as you see instantly, Rob Gronkowski, holy shit, I think he's going to smash this week. He came back, and in his first game, he only played like 50% of the snaps, had like 10 targets, something crazy, and Gronk's amazing. Brady Gronk, nothing more to be said. Kyle Pitts, I'm actually playing against Pitts in my main league, and I'm pretty scared of what's going to happen. I just expect a massive game from Kyle Pitts. And then looking down the chart, as you could see, your typical names. Darren Waller was slated to have a pretty good matchup. Unfortunately, he got injured. Just looking down the line, you could see Mike Gesicki, Pat Freiermuth, Cole Kmet, Hunter Henry's in a positive spot. He should be playing today, so start him. And then you're kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel as you get lower. Guys like Jared Cook, very insignificant advantage, but because tight end is so thin, Jared Cook always could get in the end zone. You might want to play him, but other than that, TJ Hawkinson, I hate him. Sit him if you can. they already played. Actually, what am I saying? And he had a touchdown, but on very little usage. So, yep. Hope that helps you guys, and like and subscribe, and yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one.